One.
Detroit Strange.
Aw, it looks really weird right now. I gotta fix something already.
Are we live?
I believe we are live.
Hello. Hello, Internet.
Hello, except for we're very tiny on here and it looks funny. I gotta find our faces with the buttons. Oh, the buttons aren't working. I can see our eyeballs.
I can see like just under our eyeballs.
Really? That's so
Yeah.
strange. Oh, yeah, there's your eyeball.
Detroit Strange. Bow, bow, bow,
I'm probably
bow.
just gonna make a new window for this because this is really weird
Okay.
and I don't like it. And I don't know why it's being a butt.
I wish it wouldn't.
I wish it wouldn't either. Oh, there's more of us. Turn the other one off in a minute. Oh, there we are. I see you.
Hello.
Hello. Let me see if I can make it prettier again. For some reason, it doesn't want me to. That's okay. I'll keep messing with it. So, how are you?
Doing pretty good.
Good.
Just living my best quarantine life.
Mm-hmm.
How about you?
Same thing. Same thing, mostly. Um, Weird week. I was actually, as you know, I had an internship working in production at a company. My internship ended today.
Oh,
I don't know if you know this, but there's not as much of a need for production right now.
interesting.
So weird, right?
Yeah. Do productions usually involve more than 10 people?
Uh, you know, yeah, they do. They really do.
Interesting.
Yeah, so there's that. Um, you know, things, stuff, quarantine.
Quarantines.
Ooh, I accidentally just turned on one of our things. I didn't mean to. Uh, I'm doing so good with this technology right now. I feel like a technology whiz.
You're crushing it.
Yes, I hope so. Yeah. But it is Friday today. That's pretty exciting.
It is. I'm very excited about that. Stoked it's the weekend.
Me too, me too.
I mean, it doesn't change a ton other than the
Hmm.
fact that I don't have to bring my work laptop for the next, like, I
That's,
don't know, need to do math.
I mean, that's pretty important and awesome. So, yeah. I'm stealing your post right now that you made for us to put on my own social media. So that's pretty exciting, right?
Yeah, it's a banger.
Also, your mom can't figure it out.
I'm not shocked.
uh, so she said sorry. Update. Nancy said sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it is just clicking a link, but I understand it's a challenge.
Yeah. She's going to keep the page open and hope it magically appears. So she is diligent,
Yes.
just so you know.
Love it.
Good. Uh, so, anywho, I, it's so weird talking right now because now I'm like, wow, every week is the same. I don't really have too many updates usually. I mean,
Well,
I'm glad to talk. I'm super glad to
yeah.
talk.
Oh, yeah. Like any kind of social interaction,
Yeah.
distance wise,
Yeah.
um, is welcomed.
Hmm.
My thing lately has been what's the best new thing you've watched? And is there anything you've rewatched that you've enjoyed? Since everyone's just watching a bunch of shit right now.
My roommate's actually laughing from the other room
Uh-huh.
because we are rewatching something that I've watched but she's never seen, and
Oh
that
my god.
is Ghost Adventures.
Okay, okay.
My favorite TV show because it's hilarious and it's about ghosts. It's got my two favorite things.
Ghosts and humor?
Ghosts and humor. I don't think it's always intentional humor. In fact, I know it's not.
But that's what makes it good.
Yeah, but there's both. There's one guy who's kind of goofy, just normally.
Uh-huh.
But, you know, so there's both. Oh no, my computer needs to be plugged in.
Oh no.
That's okay. I have it right here. I thought it was plugged in. But yeah, no, we've got a pretty unhealthy love of this show. Every night we watch a few episodes. It's our treat for the day.
Love that.
Yeah. It's pretty great. And then we go to bed really scared. So it's great.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, that sounds like a fun plan.
Yeah, anxiety sleep. It's
Nothing
really good.
better.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
What about you, though? Are you watching / rewatching anything?
Me and Maria got back into the Harry Potter series, which, like, I was
Fine.
real burnt out and over it for many a year. Like, basically, once, like, the 7th or the 8th movie came out, I was like, done, cool, over this, bye. Never have to watch it again.
Mm-hmm.
Then everyone just kept talking about it. I'm like, it's over, let's stop. But, like, so I hadn't seen any new ones. But then we were, like, sitting there trying to figure out movies to watch. Like, we've been watching a ton of movies. We watched 5 on Saturday.
Wow. Movie-a-thon.
Yes, we watched 9 to 5. Steel Magnolias.
I love 9 to 5. I haven't seen that in forever, though. I need to watch that soon. Steel
9 to 5?
Magnolias is great, too. Yeah, 9 to 5.
Jen, friend of the show, Jen, was like, if she thinks it's one of her new favorite movies, she'd never seen it.
Oh, I'm so glad she saw it then.
Yeah. So that, Steel Magnolias, Layer Cake, which we only made it halfway through because we were kind of like, it was one of those movies that needs a lot of focus, and we just didn't have the focus at that point in time.
It sounds familiar, but I don't know if it sounds familiar because there is a wine label called that, or if I'm familiar with that movie.
Daniel Craig's in it.
Nope, not that movie. Not familiar with that movie. It's the wine.
Yeah, he
Which I've
plays
never
like
had.
a high-end cocaine dealer trying to get out of the business.
Oh yeah, that's not familiar at all.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, we were enjoying it, but we were just kind of like, I had fallen asleep for a little bit, and then she had fallen asleep for a little bit, so like neither of us knew exactly what was going on, and we're like, do you want to just stop and eat dinner now, and we'll pick something else at the end?
I like it. It's a good way to do. I mean, it's all about self-care right now, and that sounds like self-care, and I like it. Good job.
Yeah, we bought In-N-Out that has Kevin Kline in it. Have you ever seen that one?
No, I thought that was just a burger. Everything
No.
is apparently about the food or the drink.
Yes. It's about like this like small Midwest town drama teacher or some kind of like literature teacher who gets outed by a former student, even though he's like, but I'm not gay though. And the student like on national TV was like, he was like accepting an Oscar.
Uh-huh.
Like, I'd like to thank my teacher. He's gay.
I kind of remember this movie.
It's the best of late 90s.
I'm now
movies.
wondering if I've seen it.
It's very like campy and cliched in a lot of ways, but I mean, sometimes that's what you need.
You know what movie you should watch if you're wanting like a movie like that? I don't know why this came to me, but have you ever seen Krippendorf's Tribe? Kippendorf's Tribe?
No.
You should watch it.
Okay.
It's silly.
I'll add it to the list because I'm watching a ton of movies.
Yeah, it's about like a college professor who, well, normally like researches like other cultures, like remote tribes, nomadic tribes primarily, and then there's a whole lot that happens. He's a little I don't want to ruin it.
Is he a little?
I think it's Krippendorf. Kirkendorf. I don't remember, but you should watch it.
I'll figure it out.
It has that one guy in it that I can't remember his name right now. That's helpful.
Yes. Yeah. We have 3 watchers now. Ooh, I like that for us.
Well,
Hey,
hi 3. Oh, I have 6.
Wow.
Yeah, all together on the things. So high 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like high C, but with a 6.
High 5.
Should we high 5?
Yeah.
Should we high six?
I don't have enough fingers for that.
Oh.
Because like we used to do this thing air five where you'd slap your wrist,
Mm-hmm.
so it sounds like a high five still.
Is that what we're gonna do in the future now?
Yeah, since we can't touch each other anymore.
Yeah.
6 feet apart, air fives.
I'm not looking forward to air hugs.
No.
I don't know what those are gonna be like. Remember
We're
hugs?
gonna do side Christian side hugs. Air though.
Okay.
Just there's like 6 feet of room for Jesus, because Jesus may have been tall. I don't know.
Yeah, I've never read anything about his height.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, you first.
I don't know what I was gonna say.
That's fair. I feel like we're a little bit more silly or like gigglier right now because it's Friday, even though time has no meaning anymore.
But still, the weekends are better because I don't have to worry about waking up.
Mm-hmm. Fair.
Which sounds morbid. I don't have to wake up if I don't want to. I'll just stay in bed. It's fine.
No, it's just you wake up on your own terms.
Exactly.
Yeah. What I was gonna say though is, what are you drinking tonight? What's the sip? I haven't.
Some sake.
Ooh, sake's fun.
Sake.
Sake's very fun.
Specifically, Hakasuru draft sake.
Oh. I don't know anything about sake, other than it's warm or cold, and it can be cheap or expensive.
Yeah, it's like a rice wine.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess I kind of knew that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to not like sake, but I've definitely developed a taste bud for it now, and now I enjoy it. I haven't had it in a long time.
I definitely prefer it hot, but
Same.
I don't know how to do that at home.
Well, and only certain sakes are supposed to be hot anyway.
Yeah, this one's a chilled sake.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Bottoms up. I like that you have a special drinking container today because I have chosen to drink out of the mug that I'm obsessed with right now because it has the first letter of my name on it, and that's comforting.
Let me be clear that this is not a sake cup. This is an Aruba shot glass.
Oh. You had me fooled.
That's why I kept it turned so you couldn't see the flip-flops in Aruba.
No, but I am just drinking. I was going to go super basic, but I went other super basic. I got a peach pear LaCroix.
Nice.
And some peach vodka.
Svedka, the taste of Sweden.
Mm-hmm. It's good for like a cheap vodka. I'm into it.
I love Svedka. Svedka is my go-to brand.
And their flavors are pretty decent.
Yeah, I really like their they have good mango.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The mango's good. Is it a mango pineapple?
I think that, that sounds right.
Yeah, I like that one a lot too. I almost bought that, I think, instead of the peach, but I was like, ooh, peach sounds like going into summer. Like more, I don't know, seasonal or something.
Flavored vodka though is Absolute Pear. I love Absolute Pear.
Interesting. I've definitely never experienced that one.
It's usually my go-to order at the gay bar to do Absolute Pear and soda.
Okay.
Because I know they'll have it, and it's a gay bar, so vodka sodas are very okay.
Okay, that is totally fair. That makes sense. Yeah. Well, I mean, I like vodka soda when I'm out.
That's like mostly what I drink when I go out.
Mm-hmm. It's easy.
Yeah.
But while we're drinking, this is not a smooth transition. I apologize for this.
Yeah.
But I'm very excited to tell you a story today, because you know what we're going to do for this story?
Wait, what?
Do you know?
Yeah, we're going on a road trip.
We're going on a road trip.
Oh, yeah, I love that.
That's us on a road trip. Because this is how...
Yeah, can we...
You want to see it again?
I love this for us. Mm-hmm. I don't know why we're facing backwards, but...
we are very bad drivers.
Yeah, but you know what? We're going to make it. This is... we've got to pick what road trip movie do we want to base this off of? Because there's so many.
Oh, I mean, the first one that comes to mind is literally Road Trip, just because it's called that.
Right. but there's Tu Wong Fu. That's across.
Oh, I want that one.
I also get Thelma and Louise from this car.
Mm-hmm.
There's Crossroads, which I've never seen, but
Yeah.
I know Britney Spears in it.
Yeah, I've never seen that one either. No, I want Tu Wong Fu.
I
Definitely.
like that for us.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going
Still
to
love
have my
Boy
face
Drop
again.
Love You crying.
But yeah, so we're gonna go on a road trip, and this is something you and I kind of talked about, well, just today briefly, but and it doesn't have to do anything with like running out of topics. There were other topics, but I came across this story today that was just so bonkers crazy that I wanted to tell you about, and I got it from this book, and it looked like on the map in the book it was from Detroit, but then I found out it's actually from Marshall, Michigan. So we're gonna go on a little road trip to Marshall, Michigan. Have you ever been to Marshall, Michigan?
The name sounds familiar. I feel like I have. Where's it at?
It is by Battle Creek.
Maybe I may have just driven through it, around it, past it.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's about an hour and a half, a little bit south, definitely west of Detroit. It is by Battle Creek. And I am finding my spot right now. So in 2010, the census was about 7,088 residents. So not a huge, city or anything like that.
The size of my high school.
What? The size of your high school? Oh yeah, you went to the giant high school.
Yeah.
They have a historic district, and they're actually like they've got a lot of historic stuff there. They do like a lot of festivals and things like that. At one time, it was actually the front runner for the state capitol. And they also, so there's actually a governor's mansion there, which I'm going to try to show you real.
For fun facts.
Yeah. So, I'm trying to put it up on the screen. So, in that side, I'm going to get smoother at things maybe. We'll see. So this is actually just because, though, this first thing. Because
Joe Exotic.
This is my yes, this is my favorite of all the memes because it's an egg and it's wearing an earring and it's an egg and it's my favorite. I won't make you look at that for too long, but
it's cute. I don't get I haven't watched it yet.
You should.
At this point, it's been too memed, so I gotta wait a little bit.
That's fair, but it is better to.
Everything that happens because of all the memes.
It's better to understand the memes.
Fair.
I'm just gonna say that. But here is the actual governor's mansion. So this is reportedly as well haunted, like I think I mentioned, and it is apparently haunted by a maid who used to live there who fell down the stairs, unfortunately, to meet her end, which. That sucks. But now she kind of chills around the house.
During quarantine. I've fallen down the stairs not once, but twice.
Careful!
And so we got this fun little, I don't know if you're going to see on camera. I, just, burned my arm somehow. I think rug burned from the wood. I don't know.
Oh, be careful. I don't like that.
My stairs are a death trap.
Yeah, no, be careful, please. Please. So I'm going to tell you a couple more things really quick about Marshall. So the city itself was also very heavily involved in the Underground Railroad, as well as the formal railroad too. And they were actually home to the railroad. Well, the first railroad labor union was formed there. And it was actually known as Chicken Pie City because it was one of the only stops on the railroad between Detroit and Chicago. And guess what you could get there?
Sushi.
Yep, sushi.
Cool.
But yeah, no, chicken pie. I didn't even say pot pie, but chicken pie was the main thing. Oh no,
do you think there's a difference between chicken pie and chicken pot pie?
I mean, maybe the top, like the top layer.
Maybe the depth too. Maybe a chicken pie is just made in a pie pan, and a chicken pot pie is made hot.
Oh, we might be frozen.
Let it go, let it go. The
No,
song
it's
is
just our faces are frozen.
red.
But that's okay. I'll keep working on that. Um, and I'll just keep the keynote up for now because we're going to have some pictures. So, anyway, going back to the railroad, we're going to go on a little side story now, too. Okay? So, the side story is that in 1843, there was a man named Adam Crosswhite, and he ran away with his family from a plantation in Kentucky where they were enslaved. And they got to Marshall, Michigan, and kind of, set up a home. And while they were in Marshall, Michigan, the owner, their previous owner, I hate saying that word, it's so gross, but the previous plantation owner, we'll say, from Kentucky, he wanted his quote-unquote property, and so he sent his son with some other dudes from Kentucky to go up and get their quote-unquote property, I hate, again, that word, back. And so they got there, and they found the house, and they went to the house, and then all the people from Marshall started going through or started gathering in the streets and screaming, slave catchers, slave catchers, slave catchers, slave catchers, to like warn them. And then, so what they did, they started knocking on the door, and they wouldn't come out. And so the local chief of police, I'm telling this from memory, if you can't tell right now, he came and he was like with the catcher dudes and stuff like that. But so many people came out into the street, and then the catchers started saying, "What's your name? What's your name? What's your name?" to all the residents. And the residents said, "Okay, fine, here's my name." And they started making sure that they even like spelled it correctly. And they made sure that they were, like I said, spelling it as correctly as they could. And I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time getting our picture back up too.
We can pause for a minute if you want to.
Well, I'll finish telling you this story. And basically, so they were like, here's my name, here's the exact spelling, blah, 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 blah. So the chief of police or whatever, he changed side, or the deputy changed sides, and he was like, "Okay, fine, guys from Kentucky, I'm arresting you now." So he arrested them, and he took them to jail. And there were over 100 people at this gathering, too. I forgot to mention that. And so they were in jail. They got posted bail and were released from jail. And the family, though, had already made their way to Canada. So when they went back to Marshall, they were already gone across the border. The plantation owner, he took it to federal court in Detroit to sue Marshall for damages. And it was pretty easy to sue since they had written down all those names with exact spelling. So after 2 trials in Detroit, there was one defendant left, and his name was Charles Gorham, and he was ordered to pay the value of the slaves and the court fees. And however, a local banker, Zachariah Chandler, stepped in to pay these costs on Gorham's behalf instead. So it was just like a bunch of like happy, nice people, just people doing the right thing. I mean, there were definitely people doing the wrong thing, but there were so many people doing the right thing that I figured this out. There were so many people doing the right thing, which is just really cool. So I'm super into that, and that made me like really, really into them, and it was cool.
Let's pause for a second. Apparently we are frozen.
Oh. I can see us.
See.
Oh.
Yeah, I see us moving.
Yeah, we were frozen for a minute, but I fixed it, I think.
Okay, my mom said you're back. We're back.
Yeah, hi. Thank you, guys. Anyway, I'm still learning how to use this program and try to make pictures happen because I love pictures.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still in love with the background you made.
Thank you. So the people were really cool. And again, that story was 1843 when all these people came and stood up for their neighbors. And I really, really like that.
Yeah.
So a couple other fun things, and I'm going to try to maybe show a picture And do you actually have our stream up? Because can I just put the picture on the stream?
Like the YouTube?
Yeah.
The YouTube.
Oh, that's easier. I'm going to do that, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so there are some notable people from Marshall, Michigan. And I'd like to show you these notable people, if you'll look at them.
Yeah.
Just have to find the right screen, and I have to put it in the right place because now our faces are. There we are. So that is the governor's house again. So the first one is Ryan A. Conklin. He came to fame in the 4th season of The Real World, Brooklyn.
Okay.
I just put him because that's fun. The second one is Jamie Hyneman from Mythbusters, who I had no idea was from Michigan.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, isn't that rad?
Yeah.
And then the last one, I don't think either of us will know, but I put it on there because people might. I don't know. Adam Taze from sports?
I'm not going to know him.
No, I know. Like I said, he's the coach for the Jets. So.
Where is that?
New York?
Football?
What?
Jets football?
Yes. We'll look at that. Yes. Okay. I knew that.
All I think is when you're a jet all the way.
Yes.
Which, fun fact, I've never seen West Side Story.
I actually have not either. To do.
Yeah, well, that's the to-do list. They're making a remake right now.
Ooh, that's kind of fun.
Yeah, I'm hoping they won't do brown face. I know they did brown face in the first one.
Yeah, I hope not. That would just in today. No, there's other. Just no.
We've got options.
Yeah.
But we have more options now.
Yeah. I hope. Yeah. I'm also really looking forward to what is it? In the Heights. The movie for In the Heights.
Yeah.
That's gonna be good. I saw that musical a few years ago. It was great.
Nice.
So anyway, back to Marshall.
Yes.
So Marshall, Michigan, which actually I tried to do this too, and I forgot to turn this on. I have a little today's topic thing. So there's that. That's not it. There we go. We are going to visit a place called the Tasty Cafe in Marshall, Michigan. So we're going to go to 1967, and this is located at 209 East Michigan Avenue, which you've probably heard of her.
Yeah, I know her.
Yeah, it's crazy though that like Michigan Avenue is that long. I know it is, but it's still crazy to think about it.
Doesn't it go from like Detroit to like Chicago?
Maybe. I just know it goes real long. I know it goes to at least Grand Rapids. Maybe.
I don't think it goes up. I don't think it goes up. I think it goes like diagonal.
Oh, you're right. Kalamazoo?
I'm pretty sure it goes to Chicago, but
okay.
I'm not a scientist.
Definitely not. So here you can see the Tasty Cafe. They've got this cute little light up burner sign, kind of like a little dinery feel. It's the type of place you go get like, burger and fries.
Oh yeah.
Or like breakfast, So they're on the summer morning of August 18th, 1967. Just a few minutes after 9 a.m., the mailman made his rounds and handed a brown paper package marked Books, all capital letters, to Nola Pyear, P-U-Y-E-A-R.
Okay.
So I'm saying it as best I can. One of the owners. So she and her husband actually were originally from Arkansas, so just to set it up for you, she was kind of like this motherly type woman. They'd been married like 38 years. They've been, they'd owned this diner or this cafe for a very long time. A lot of people really liked them. People loved this diner. She was, decently known around town. And, it sounds like nobody had like a bad thing, to say. So the package was originally supposed to be delivered to her residence, but due to standing instructions, it was rerouted to her business address. So while customers were eating their breakfast on this morning, Nola went behind the counter and opened the package. She was heard to have muttered, "Oh!" Just then, a bomb exploded in the package, and unfortunately, this is gross and I'm sorry, sent Nola in pieces in every direction, while simultaneously destroying like the back half of the restaurant. Yeah, it blew out like the windows. And there was like glass all over Michigan Avenue. Just a pretty decent bomb. I think she was the only fatality in it, but still, not. That's terrible. That's horrible.
Yeah.
So nobody, again, she was very loved, and nobody could like really figure out like who or why. Like this makes no freaking sense. And there was an investigation, of course, and during the investigation at the scene, the police turned up the package itself. The address was written in red lettering. They found pieces of masking tape and metal fragments from a Fisk battery. They also found a bottle of pills at the scene, which was containing sodium hydroxide, which is lye.
Okay.
Which is, I'm pretty sure, not good to consume.
Not at all. The only point of reference I have for lye is Fight Club.
Yeah, don't you put it to kill the kills? Like preserve things? Like you preserve bodies in it, I think.
I think so, or burn them. I don't know. So I remember the part where he kisses his hand and sprinkles lye on it, and he has the weird kiss mark on his hand.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen it?
Yeah. Also, I'm sorry for echoing.
Talk about it now. What?
We have an echo, apparently. I don't know what to do about that. Streaming is hard.
Yeah.
So many things.
Should I put headphones in? Maybe that would help. I don't know.
I mean, we could both do that. I have some too. We'll try some headphones. Sorry about the echo, y'all.
I'm gonna grab my headphones.
Oh. You can leave me alone.
As soon as I get tangled from all the cords.
Okay.
Oh wait, merch! Oh my god, merch! Who is she? She is a pink shirt.
Okay. So hi guys. And thank you to my dad for telling us that lye breaks down dead bodies without smell. I knew it had something to do with dead bodies.
Well, that's good to know. That's a fun fact.
Yeah.
Okay.
What? Yes?
This thing when I put in headphones. It's like, what is this? Is this headphones? Is this a headset? Is it a mic?
Oh. It's just curious.
Yeah.
It's okay. We sound better louder. I don't... Okay. Yes. Huh. Why don't you unplug? And I'll just stay plugged in. Hey, if somebody tells us how this sounds, that would be great. And thank you all for helping. Thank you, Chris Cooper. Thank you, Von Wank. And I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. And hello, Bob. Okay, I think I have to unplug. It might be me. Wait, let me try this. Okay, talk. Is there an Alex? I'll wait a few seconds. Nope, we can't hear Alex. Oh, thank you, Jason. Okay, I think it's when I plug in through the stream. Talk again.
Hello.
Can you guys hear Alex? Eh?
Can you hear me now?
No better. Ooh. Where'd you go? We didn't even do that much stuff.
I said you were okay. He is back.
Oh, you're back. Okay, cool. Thanks again.
Back again. All these crowns I've snatched in.
We'll have to run some audio testing. Although next week we'll have better microphones too, because we're gonna
We
set
will.
that up. So anyway, just to give everybody a rebrief, so we're talking about the Tasty Cafe, which was located in Marshall, Michigan, and unfortunately, one of the owners, Nola, opened a bomb one day. So this is back again in 1967. So it was soon discovered. So the lie, which basically breaks down dead bodies. Thank you, those of you out there who helped us out with that. So I don't know why she had those pills. And the package itself, the one containing the actual bomb, was indicated to have been mailed from Marshall.
Okay.
So all came from Marshall. Soon it was discovered that Paul Pyer, her husband, was the first real suspect. Police
usually goes.
Yeah. So it makes total sense. So he was the first suspect, and it had been discovered that basically he may have had a sexual motive for doing it.
A sexual motive?
Yes.
Okay.
Basically, detectives discovered that he owned a trailer about 2 hours north in Barryton, where he would carry on sexual affairs with both men and women.
Okay.
I don't know how long or anything like that, but it sounds like there was a lot of action. And this secret kind of like rocked the town of Marshall, because this is this cute old couple who still has their Arkansas accent and have been married for 38 years and own the, cute little diner and all that kind of stuff. And everybody's like, whoa, like who else has secrets kind of thing. So everybody's like a little bit on edge. The investigation, though, it hit a roadblock. So Paul was in the diner standing really close to her when it arrived, and he probably wouldn't have been standing like right next to her, or maybe even at the diner at all. Like, wouldn't you find a reason not to be there?
If you knew a bomb was coming.
Yeah, so everybody was like, well,
be somewhere else.
Yeah, everybody was like, well, that's weird. Like, no. So another piece of evidence actually came to light. Police found that Nola received pills for anxiety. In the thing I was reading, it said nerves, but I'm going to go with anxiety because that's a real thing. Through the mail. And one of the most recent deliveries of this medication was actually poisoned with Drano.
Yeah, that happens to me all the time. I get my prescription, they're like, oh, wait, just kidding, there's Drano in it.
Sorry, we put this thing that's meant for plumbing in your pill. Yeah, no, like,
how'd that happen?
I don't even, like, gross. Gross. So it turns out, though, she had not been feeling very anxious lately, so she hadn't taken any of them. So, it was just sitting there waiting with that Drano. And this led police in another direction away from Paul. So the Detroit News was running this story. They actually had a picture, and I couldn't find it, of the actual packaging with the red lettering on it. And they ran it in papers pretty much all over Michigan, maybe even farther than that, I'm not sure. And in the Detroit News, they ran one of these articles. And so a secret witness came forward and recognized the handwriting.
Ooh.
They had the right guy. His name was Enoch Kisum. So I am going to show you a picture really quick of Nola, first of all. So that is Nola right there. And then Enoch is this lovely gentleman right here. So the police were already very familiar with Kisum, or Chisholm, I'm not sure of the pronunciation. Karen D. Yes. He had a story of, there were a lot of calls to police on his behalf due to, unfortunately, domestic violence. But in the 60s, there were no domestic abuse laws in place, so it didn't really keep him in jail or anything like that. And as well as arrest for arson when he tried to set his brother's property on fire. He had doused the house with fuel oil and set it on fire before racing to work at the Kellogg factory in Battle Creek, basically for an alibi.
Damn.
Yeah, so not a good guy. So it seems connected. So what would his motive be? Well, it turns out he actually wanted to buy the Tasty Cafe, and her husband was into it. She was like, yeah, that's, cool or whatever. But she did not want to do it. Nola was like, no, this is my place. I don't want to do this. We're not selling. So he was Kisum was kind of not having that. So basically, they called that the motive. that he wanted to buy this place, and without Nola, he probably could have.
Yeah.
So he was sent to jail, naturally.
Good.
But it doesn't end there. He
Okay.
actually appealed, and the court spent a long time debating if he had basically the funds to hire a lawyer. And they eventually turned to the Sixth Amendment, and I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it states, in all criminal prosecutions, the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial. And they basically painted themselves into a corner by reading into this, because they said, well, he can't have this kind of a trial if he can't afford a lawyer. Which I thought you got court-appointed lawyers, but I'm not sure exactly why that.
That's how I always thought it worked. Is like court-appointed lawyers.
I don't know, and I don't know how it works with appeals or anything like that. So, it's tough to say, but basically he got out.
Damn.
Yeah, they released him. So I wrote, what the fuck.
As you should.
But he died in 1979 while awaiting another trial for a planned armed robbery. Work indeed. I just have like one little article about that. So a lot of people weren't very happy with that. Nor should they be, because that's gross. And yeah. And just really quick, my sources, because sources are important,
Yes.
are Wikipedia about Marshall, Michigan, Blood on the Mitten by Tom Carr, which is a book that's kind of interesting. I got it for Christmas from my parents. Thank you, parents. And I'll show it to you in a second. And it's got like 1 to 3, maybe at the maximum, page articles about true crime kind of all over the state of Michigan, which is very interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then a couple WordPress, Michigan and Other Mayhem.wordpress.com and BlainePardot.wordpress.com, and then legal.com, which is where I got the bit about the last trial or the appeal from. And Blaine Pardoe actually wrote this book called Secret Witness that I'm showing. And unfortunately, I don't think is in large circulation. It costs $995 on Amazon, but I think it's
Thanks.
I think it's like $16 for a Kindle version. So there is
That's
that.
much more reasonable.
Yeah, but it goes much farther like into this whole, scenario situation. But yeah, so here's the book. If you can, I don't know if it's showing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. It's a really cool book. So yeah, so that's a little bit about Marshall, Michigan. I'm sure there's
Nice.
more, but my roommate was like, "Wow, you really like Marshall, Michigan," because I kept telling her facts all day. Because I was like, "Wow, this is interesting."
I mean,
Yeah.
it's interesting to learn about a new place, and like that's some crazy shit for some like little Michigan town,
Yeah, it is, and it's not. I mean, again, it's not big. It's also like got one of the most like historical markers or something like that. I didn't write this down, but it has like a lot of like historical buildings and stuff like that.
I mean, I guess that makes sense if it was at one point considered for the capital that like it would have a lot of historical shit because of
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
it must have been important at some point in time.
Which actually call back to a former episode. The reason the governor's mansion there sounded familiar to me is because, remember, I believe the boy governor lived there at some point in time.
Yes, the boy governor.
So, yeah, I forgot to look it up again, but I know there was something about they were moving the capital from Detroit, because that's where it was, in those days. And
Yeah.
they built that. And I want to say maybe he had to do with the construction of it or something like that, but then it ended up being in Lansing, and then
That sounds familiar now that I mentioned it. I think that you're right on that.
Yeah, so full circle.
Yeah,
I like full circles.
me too.
Yeah. So thanks for listening.
Yeah. Thank you for telling us that story, and what a fun road trip we had.
We did. There was, again, that it twisted and turned, and I love a good twist and a good turn in a story.
Yes.
So I was pretty excited to talk about that. I mean, there was an unfortunate bomb, but then there was Drano and mystery and a husband with a trailer. I don't know. Lots of things.
The husband with the trailer reminds me of the murder case we did in January, the one you did of
Oh,
what happened in
Bashar.
2000s. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in cases, they do look at spouses pretty quickly.
Oh yeah, they're the first ones I think they look at.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah.
Like there's a whole like I remember there was a meme going around a couple of years ago of like the "I just murdered my husband" starter kit. It was like one of those big flowing robes with like fur lined collars and sleeves, and then like little house slippers,
Mm.
and like
With the
probably a
fuzz.
princess phone, such like this one. So I'm already there. I'm just gonna find a husband to murder, you know?
There you go. And you need the slippers or the little, not slippers,
Yes.
but yeah.
Well, I have a
Little
sewing
feathers.
machine now, so I could probably make the robe at least.
I like that you just bought a sewing machine and you're already confident enough to make a robe.
I mean, I found an easy pattern. I'm just waiting for fabric stores to open.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, I've just been cutting up old shit. Like I cut up an old T-shirt to make masks. I cut up an old pillowcase to make masks.
Uh-huh. No, that's
Um,
that's good. That's a very good use
yeah,
of all that material.
yeah.
My roommate's been making masks. Um, one of our friends she picked up stuff from Joann Fabrics right before they got like the cease and desist to stop opening their stores because they're not essential.
Yeah.
And so she got there and they were trying to get, they were giving fabric to people to make masks and they were trying to, I think, get rid of the packs they had made. So my friend picked something else up for their house and they just like handed that to her too, but she doesn't sew. So my roommate, they left it like outside and my roommate got it and then we waited like the proper time. But it's the most ridiculous fabric I've ever seen. It's pretty great. It's got cartoon cookies, donuts, and lipsticks on it.
Fun.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you, there's some dental hygienist wearing a scrub top made of that material as we speak.
Oh, for sure. Do you think there's a whole scrub set too with the pants, like the whole thing?
I feel like usually when it's like a crazy pattern top, they usually just take a plain bottom.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't get too wacky, you know.
No, unless they're now you're not going to get this joke, but no, you will. You've seen the memes. Unless they're the Joe Exotic of the dental hygiene.
Yes.
Then they'll wear two different patterns, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Power clash.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Well, that was a fun little road trip and a fun little story. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for going on the road trip. I like virtual road trips now.
Yes.
I guess, should I change my background back since we're not on the road trip?
I think it's fun enough to keep up.
Okay, I'll keep it up.
Are you ready for some two truths and a lie?
I was going to ask you for it. Yeah.
So like I said, I've been getting back into Harry Potter recently, which like I have to ask, are you a Harry Potter hoe? Do you like Harry Potter?
I've seen the movies.
Okay.
I've read the first 3 books.
Okay.
They got real big after that. And not that I'm
They did.
against big books, but there were other books I wanted to read as well. And
Right. And like I feel like I don't know. I think I was at the right time for those. I feel like if I had been any older, I would have been like, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like you're probably like, I'm good.
Yeah, well, and they were entertaining. The movies themselves were entertaining. Like I enjoyed them, but I don't know. I don't even think I saw the last one. I saw like the first part 1, and then like there was so much time, and then I didn't see part 2, and now I have to seek it out. But I also feel like I'd have to rewatch like 5, 6, and 7, like. A lot.
That's what me and Maria did. We rented 5, and then I had 6, 7, and 8.
Okay.
And then I also ended up getting the 2 new Fantastic Beasts movies.
Oh, I've seen those. For some.
See, I was like very against those. I'm like, we don't need more fucking Harry Potter stories. But then I realized like they're not Harry Potter stories. They're just like using the world that J.K. Rowling created to like expand upon, like to kind of make a new story in that same world. Which I'm like, okay, I can get down with this.
Yeah.
And I actually really liked both of them. I think I liked the second one better than the first.
Okay. I only remember the second one because I saw that recently. Actually, like in a theater.
Okay.
Yeah. I like family movie with another family, my family, yeah, and we went to
Oh
family
yeah.
movie there. Yeah, it was great. But now that I'm thinking of it, I think I also didn't see the first one. I think I only saw the second one.
That's fair. I mean, the first one's kind of just like the first one's pretty non-consequential. Like, I mean, it's just kind of like it's fun because it's like 1920s New York, but like magic.
Yeah.
And it's fun to see like the American equivalent of all like the like oh god, that made things worse. Of like the wizarding government.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I liked the second one. I was worried because I remember now. I was worried I wouldn't know what was going on because I hadn't seen the first one. But yeah, I liked the second one. It was interesting. It was weird to see what's his face old.
Oh, you mean Dumbledore?
No.
No, he was young in that one.
Yeah, because wasn't he Jude Law? Was Jude Law?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
He sure was.
No. Oh, Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
He was like, I was like, is that?
And he had that weird wonky eye that was like,
It took me a while. It took me a while to settle into that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm guessing this Two Truths and Lies about the Harry Potter world.
It sure is.
Probably
it's
not
more focused on like earlier, like, but it doesn't have anything to do with Fantastic Beasts.
Okay.
But
good.
We'll just get into it. So, Harry Potter, Two Truths and a Lie.
Mm-hmm.
So, fact number 1, Hermione and J.K. Rowling share a birthday.
Okay,
fact number 2, J.K. Rowling based Dementors on the depression she felt after her mother's passing. Fact number 3, Haley Joel Osment was almost cast as Harry Potter.
Oh, this one's tough. I'm going to go with I'm so unsure. Number 1 is the lie.
Okay, what makes you say that?
Because I think she shares a birthday with somebody, but I have a feeling it might not be Hermione.
That is correct. It was actually Harry Potter. Her and J.K. Rowling both share a birthday, and it's Joe Data's.
No.
July 31st.
Okay.
The other 2 were true, and so like the Dementors. Do you remember what Dementors are?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
So she told Oprah once that it's difficult to describe depression to someone who's never been there because it's not sadness. I know sadness. Sadness is to cry and to feel, but it's that cold absence of feeling, that really hollowed out feeling. That's what Dementors are.
Aww.
Yeah.
Which I
can relate to that.
Yeah, and honestly, I think they capture that pretty well, at least in the movies. Like, they do kind of have that, because you've watched more recently. As they go on, too, don't they kind of start clinging on to even, like, more personal things? Like, in the beginning, it's like they're spiders and stuff like that or something, but then, like, they go on to more personal type.
You're thinking of
oh no, I know what I'm thinking of. I know what I just did.
I can't remember their name is now.
The other things.
The one they use ridiculous on.
Yep. But now I know what a Dementor is still again. They're like the shadowy things. They're like the Lord of the Ring guys.
Yeah. Just like the like large looming figures.
Yeah. Okay.
Cloaks and stuff. But yeah, so and then Haley Joel Osment was almost cast as Harry Potter because Steven Spielberg was originally supposed to direct the first movie, and that was his first choice for the role. But I guess he got into some dispute with the creative team, which had him leave the series, and someone else directed.
I think the casting went very well for that.
Same. I
think I don't think everything happens for a reason at all, actually. But sometimes I like to say it because it sounds pretty.
Yeah.
And I think that all happened well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like interesting to see where they are now because I think like Rupert Grint, who plays Ron, is like semi-retired.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, I can imagine after those movies, like,
yeah,
you're set. You don't have to work another day in your life. You don't have to.
Yeah. No, I mean, Yeah.
I actually saw a stage show in New York that had Daniel Radcliffe in it.
Mm. He's done like a lot of stage work. It
Yeah,
seems like.
it
Like,
wasn't Equus, unfortunately.
yeah.
It was the Cripple of Inisham.
I was gonna say, did you see his nudie booty?
No, no, I saw him play the Cripple of Inisham.
I don't know what that is.
It was a very interesting play. I don't know if I'd recommend it. I mean, he was fantastic in it,
Mm-hmm.
and it was very much like a downer of a play. Like it
Oh.
was fun, it was good, but like
Mm-hmm.
not something I'd recommend at this time
Well,
because
that's yeah.
there's enough bleak right now.
Yeah. No, we need a little brightness sometimes.
Yeah,
Aw. Well, thank you though for doing that. That was a fun one.
yeah,
Uh, yeah, and I'm not gonna lie. I might have actually heard the her birthday and Harry Potter thing before. Like it sounds vaguely familiar. Or yeah, so I might have cheated. No, that's not cheating. That's just knowing things. Never mind.
yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Retracted. I had to work through that, and I did
We have
it.
a comment from Van Wenk that said Chris Columbus, who wrote Gremlins, directed the first two Harry Potters.
Oh, okay, interesting. They're very different movies.
Yeah, but that makes sense because, like, I know that they changed the director. I know that the last couple at least were Yates, like David Yates, Daniel Yates, something Yates.
Hmm.
Um, but I think it's interesting too, like the Fantastic Beasts movies. So, like J.K. Rowling in 2001 wrote the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, like the textbooks, just to describe magical creatures.
Hmm.
And then she just wrote a screenplay. Like there was no book for these movies. It was just she went straight to screenplay.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that makes sense though if that's like the aim or the focus for that
Right.
particular.
Like
Yeah.
why? Like I mean, why waste time with a book if you're just going to go straight to movie? You know.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
I love the books, and I think that the books are good. But I also can imagine that she probably wanted a change of pace because she's done a lot since Harry Potter in terms of like creating stuff. Like she did another fiction book that is like kind of based in reality that wasn't very popular.
Really?
Yeah, it was called like the vacant something,
Oh.
the curious vacancy. I think what it was.
Well, but I was about to say too. I mean, like not everything can be a through the roof winner, and that's the whole thing when you are writing any kind of like or creating anything like content or anything that's for consumption. It's not all gonna be hit out of the park, and
Exactly.
you have to be willing to kind of have a few flops or many
And
flops or a
what
ton
was
of
interesting
flops.
about that is she used a pen name for that one. She
Oh,
didn't originally it wasn't released into J.K. Rowling, but I mean, the secret got out as it does in the 21st century.
yeah, yeah, yeah. She probably just wanted to go a different route then and just like see what's
Yeah,
up. I respect that.
but she also wrote a stage show about Harry Potter called Harry Potter the Cursed Child, which I know nothing about.
Well, you know about its existence, so you got me
Yeah.
there.
Um, but it's just crazy. So like once I started watching the Fantastic Beasts movie, I just kind of like fell down a wiki hole of
Hmm.
Harry Potter stuff,
Hmm.
and just realizing how much she's like been creating and releasing through like Pottermore, or I think it's called the Wizarding World now.
Hmm.
Because like she has just like so much stuff out there,
Hmm.
and she just keeps fleshing out this world, which I'm like very here for. I love a good fleshed out world, you know.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I was very into when I was younger, like the Tolkien,
Yeah,
for the same thing of like, wow, all that came out of his brain and
yeah,
went to paper and then went into other people's brains. Like that's really cool, and it just kind of
yeah,
kept growing, and growing and growing. And I'm by no means like an expert on that world, but it's very interesting.
yeah. I guess there's supposed to be three more Fantastic Beast movies because I think it's supposed to be a 5 movie series.
It's a lot.
I mean, it makes sense though because they're kind of like it's very interesting to like the at least like the last one,
Hmm.
like the whole like on the verge of a war and kind of like magic film versus non-magic. I don't know. It's a very interesting parallels you can draw to like today.
Yeah.
So I'm not mad about it.
No, I mean, I'll if the I'm not gonna run out to see it, but like if the opportunity presents itself, I wouldn't say no. As we've mentioned before, I don't get out to movies as much as I'd like, and then I end up watching stuff on streaming channels.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's almost like the same, like with Knives Out, I was trying to see it in theaters and I just never made it, but it was like about the same price just to buy it on streaming.
Yeah, which
to see it in theaters.
It's interesting.
So you can wait.
Yeah, it's interesting now too because obviously in like the current situation, you see those movies going straight to the streaming channels, which I think is cool. I like that they're still releasing them. The ones that are being like that Trolls one or whatever. You know what? I saw the first one and I was pleasantly surprised because it didn't. I was like, whatever, and I don't remember why I saw it, but I did, and then I was like, oh dang, that was real cute.
Oh.
And I kind of want to see the second one because also Rachel Bloom, who I love from Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, is a voice in it.
I think someone like that I enjoy is a voice in it too, but I can't think of it now.
Oh, producer Patty said she wants to go to the movies when this baloney is over, and I agree.
I'm into that.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm wondering though how this will affect the Oscars this year, because like I think there's some like stipulation where movies have to be shown in theaters to be considered for the Oscars.
There is, and it's something like really because Tommy Wiseau always got by like renting out a theater and having it for X amount of time, like with The Room. I can't remember exactly, but like I know there was something where he wanted to be like eligible for the awards.
And then Netflix did the same thing with like Roma and a couple other ones, and then same with Cold War, which is one of my favorite movies of I think 2018. Mm-hmm. It was an Amazon movie and it was great. I like might rewatch it soon because who doesn't love a good tragic love story? Like when I like basically like a week from now when I want to be emotionally destroyed, I'll probably watch that movie. Oh,
I've got a movie for you. I forget the name of it, but it stars Audrey Tautou, the Amelie.
I do like her.
Yeah, she was in a war love movie, and I can't remember the name. It's really good, though. I'm going to get you the name of that.
Was it The English Patient?
No.
Okay.
That was a movie.
I just saw this. Because, like, I remember, like, looking, and it was a movie.
It's a good one. I think I know I own it. I don't know what I was going to say, I think.
Because Jude Law is in The English Patient, right?
Sure.
No, I think it's Ralph Fiennes.
It's been I've seen that, but it's been so long. Oh, I think it is Ralph Fiennes, though. I can see him in my brain.
Oh, I'm confusing Audrey Tautou with Juliette Binoche.
Okay, I was like, I don't remember her being in that, but it's been a million years.
Yeah.
You are just mixing up all the Frenchies.
I really am.
Can't do that.
I know.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, movies.
Yeah. It's the best time for them, honestly, because what else you got to do?
Watch Ghost Adventures.
True. Mm-hmm. I have been catching up on a lot of video games, which sounds stupid, but like, I don't know, I haven't gotten the time to play video games like this in a while, so I'm kind of not mad about it.
That's fair. I mean, it is the time to do the catch-up things, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been so good to see your face again.
Yes, it's been so good to see your face too, and I still can't get over the background behind you. I love it.
Those are our new glasses photos, by the way, when you sent me a photo of your new glasses.
Yes, I was going to say, I love my new glasses in that picture. They're transitions, which I'm not mad about either.
I hate mine that I accidentally bought.
Yours?
Yes, I accidentally bought them, and I hate them.
Why do you hate? Is it just because like it's weird when like you go inside?
Well, mine looks stupid.
Fair. Like Ricky got some, and he was the one who convinced me to get them. Is like he said the key is you have to pick glasses that won't look dumb as sunglasses.
I mean that's fair, but I'll have to see yours when they transition to weigh in officially because I'm not convinced 100%.
I get that.
But
I wasn't either. And I'm not 100% convinced on mine, but I was like, I like them. I like this for me.
In fact, the new glasses of mine are very deliberately not transitions because the last pair I bought like a year ago wore, and then I just never wore them outside my house unless I needed to. So I bought from Zenni, which is great for like...
Oh, I love Zenni.
Yeah. I got 3 pairs of glasses for like $100. It was great, and this is one of them.
I mean, Zenni's the way to go. # not sponsored. Mm-hmm. But if they want to sponsor us,
I would love that. Although I did just get like 3 new pairs, so I don't need any quite yet. I'm just kidding.
We're far away from sponsorship from them,
I know. We sponsor ourselves.
We do. Self-sponsored.
With our shop on Threadless.
Yes, if you like this T-shirt. And others like it. I love it. It just kind of like blends into like our background.
Oh yeah.
Whenever I try and show it. But if you go to DetroitStrange.threadless.com, you can check out our merch.
Yeah.
Buy our merch in the back, as they say. You know.
Yeah. But I think that wraps us.
Yeah, I think so.
So, if you have a chance, please rate, subscribe, review. On those platforms, anywhere you listen. That would be great.
And if you want to follow us, you can follow us on our social media at Detroit Strange on Instagram and Twitter, Detroit Strange on Facebook. And if you want to email us, it's DetroitStrange@gmail.com.
Yeah, let us know how you're doing. If you weren't able to pop into the chat today. But thank you to those who came into the chat. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's mostly our parents, but I think there's other people besides our parents, so that's fun.
I appreciate everybody who came in.
Same.
It was fun to see little comments and faces. And for help with our audio, we need it. So thank you.
Yes, please let us know whenever we are not sounding great or if something's going wrong. Stay strange. Bow, 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 bow. This has been a production of Flame the Hit Podcast powered by Pinecrest.
True.